Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are well and safe at home. So, here I am with my lecture number 14 of Elementary Economics, class 9th. So, in this video, I am going to discuss chapter number 3, that is An Economy, its sectors, basic concepts, and entities. This is the part number 8 of this chapter, and already I have covered from part 1 to 7. Those who haven't seen those videos yet, kindly first see that. So in the previous video I have explained you the meaning of production, meaning of consumption. We have discussed also APC and MPC, sustainable consumption and its features. So in this video I am going to cover the rest of the topics. So let's proceed to our topic number 1, that is meaning of factors of production. Now what is the meaning of factors of production? The goods and the services with the help of which process of production is carried out are called the factors of production. So it's very easy. The goods and services from which we produce, from which we carry out the production, the goods and the services from which the production is carried on. We produce the goods and services from which the production is done are known as factors of production. Factors, basically the factors means the requirement, what is required for producing the goods and services. Those factors are known as factors of production. Means the things which are essential for producing the goods and services are known as factors of production. You need to remember this definition, it's very important, and it is sure to come in your very short answers. So the goods and services with the help of which process of production is carried out is known as factors of production, and there are 4 types of factors of production which we are going to discuss in the next slide. So I hope so you must have got the definition of factors of production. It's very easy, it's not that tough. So types of factors of production, basically there are 4 types of production. Just in short it can come define factors of production and its types, mention its types. So you need to explain the meaning of factors of production. There are 4 types of factors of production: land, labor, capital, and organization. Organization is also known as entrepreneur. So you need to learn all the 4 types of factors of production, and we are going to discuss in detail about each and every types of factors of production. But in this video I am going to discuss about land and labor only, and in the next video I am going to discuss the remaining 2 of the factors of production. So let's talk about definition of land. Now land, it's very easy. Land, we all know what is land. So in economics term, what is land? Land comprises all naturally occurring resources. All those which are present in the nature comprises of land. Thus it is the original and the inexhaustible gift of nature. It is the original gift of nature, and also it cannot be exhausted. Just it is inexhaustible gift of nature, and all the natural resources therefore comes under land, like forest, like you can say mineral resources, that will come under the definition of land. So land comprises all the natural occurring resources which are the gift of nature, and they are the original and the inexhaustible gift of nature. Means it can never be exhausted. Land can never be exhausted or finished. It will remain like that only, and thus all the natural resources will come under the definition of land. So I hope so the definition of land is must be clear to you. It's very easy, it's not that tough. So now we are going to discuss about characteristics of land. Now first characteristics of land is fixed supply. The most important characteristics of land is that supply is fixed. It's fixed. It is given by nature, and we cannot increase or decrease the quantity of the land just as per requirement. So because the land is fixed, it is a gift of nature, it is provided by nature, and human beings have not produced it. Land cannot be produced. Land is a gift of nature. It is provided by nature, and hence its supply is fixed. We cannot increase or decrease the supply of land as per our requirement. Just it will be like that only. So first characteristic is fixed supply. Its supply is fixed and cannot be increased. Second is zero cost of production. Land cannot be produced. Remember this point, land cannot be produced and hence there is a zero cost of production of land. Thus in other agents of production we have to produce at a cost. This in other things we have to incur some cost while producing the goods and services, but while producing the land we does not have to just incur the cost, but while purchasing the land you need to occur. Suppose in that land you need to build a factory, you need to establish a factory, so for that purpose you need to buy that land, but you cannot produce that land. There is mentioned zero cost of production because the land cannot be produced and hence it has zero cost of production. When you want to purchase a land you have to incur the cost obviously. So there is a difference between production and purchase. Now third one is immobility. Mobility means the which can move from one place to another, so it is immobile in nature, means it cannot be moved. Of course land cannot move from one place to another. Suppose you need a land in you are living in Gujarat and you want a land in Maharashtra, you land cannot be moved from one place to another. It will remain just in that place only. You can buy another land in that region if you want to continue your business in this area. So land cannot move in the sense in which labor or capital can. Labor can easily move, capital means the money can easily move, but land cannot be moved. Just it is fixed, it is immobile in nature. Remember the term meaning of immobile and you can easily define this point. So I hope so you must have got all the characteristics of land. Now meaning of labor. There is so by labor we mean the physical or mental effort for the purpose of producing a commodity or a service. We mean the physical or a mental effort for the purpose of producing a commodity. Whatever the effort is being put for producing a commodity, that is known as labor. Whatever effort, whether physical effort or the mental effort which is put in producing a commodity or a service is known as labor. So it's very easy, it's not that tough. It's a physical or the mental effort which is used in producing a commodity. Now next topic is characteristics of labor, and this is the very last topic. So labor cannot be separated from the laborer. It's very important characteristics. Just understand, in case of land and the landowner are two different. These are two different entities. They are regarded separate. Similarly, in case with the case of capitalist and the money are two different things. Capitalist means the person who own the money, while money are two different terms. But laborer and his capacity, his labor power cannot be separated. They are the one and the same thing. You cannot separate the capabilities and the just abilities of the laborer from him. They are within him. You cannot separate the laborer and his capabilities and abilities from him. So in case of labor cannot be separated from the laborer. They are inside in him and they cannot be separated. A landowner and the land owned by him are different entities. Similarly, capitalist has a distinct entity from the capital owned by him, but a laborer always carries his labor power with him and it cannot be separated. So I hope so you have got this point. You need to learn at least 3 characteristics of each and every factors of production. Now second is labor cannot be accumulated by a laborer. Labor cannot be accumulated by a laborer. A capitalist can accumulate his wealth, his money. Means accumulate means save. Capitalist can save his money. Landowner can just go on increasing the land, but a laborer cannot collect his labor power. Labor power cannot be collected. It can be enhanced. It can be make more efficient, but it cannot be accumulated. It cannot be collected. Just in case of capitalist or the landowner, they can easily collect those their wealth, but a labor cannot collect his labor power, and hence a labor cannot be accumulated by a laborer. Now third one is labor supply depends on the population structure. Now how much the supply of labor is there is totally dependent on the population structure of that region, and to some extent it is dependent on that how much a population is there in that region. So that is dependent on the labor supply depends on the population structure. So this was the end of all the characteristics of labor. Hope you have got the two factors of production which we have discussed, that is land and labor. And this was the end. Thank you for watching. Till then, be safe at home. Just go on revising all the other topics. If you have any problem, just mention in the comment section, and do like and subscribe my channel, and have a nice day.